Hello and welcome to another episode of Journey into Witchcraft. I'm your host, Lorena Freya, and today we're diving into a deeply meaningful and spiritually enriching topic, the Feast of the Guardian Spirits, and how we can honor and work with ancestral energies. This episode is all about connecting with the wisdom, guidance, and protection of our ancestors. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or looking to deepen your practice, honoring ancestral spirits can be a profound way to feel more rooted, empowered, and aligned with your spiritual path. We'll explore what ancestral spirits are, why they're significant across various cultures, and how the Feast of the Guardian Spirits offers a special opportunity to connect with those who came before us. I'll be sharing some simple yet powerful rituals that you can try, as well as practical tips on how to bring these practices into your daily routine. So grab your favorite mug of tea, find a comfortable space, and let's embark on this journey together as we honor and celebrate the energies of our ancestors. Now let's dive in and discover the sacred ways we can connect with our ancestral spirits and make the most of this spiritual celebration. Ancestral spirits are believed to be the souls or spirits of deceased ancestors who continue to exist in a spiritual realm and maintain a connection with their living descendants. These spirits are often regarded as guiding forces that provide wisdom, protection, and support. The concept of ancestral spirits is deeply rooted in various spiritual and cultural practices worldwide, reflecting a profound respect for lineage and heritage. Across cultures, ancestral spirits are seen as integral with the spiritual world. For example, in many African traditions, they are considered guardians who watch over their descendants, offering guidance and protection during times of need. These spirits are believed to influence both the spiritual and physical realms, maintaining harmony within communities by ensuring that cultural practices, values, and traditions are passed down through generations. In indigenous cultures, ancestral spirits are closely connected to animism, a belief system where natural elements such as plants, animals, and landscapes are considered spiritually significant. Here, ancestral spirits are seen as custodians of traditional knowledge and are believed to interact with the natural world, embodying a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all beings. Working with ancestral energies can offer numerous benefits, such as guidance, healing, and protection. Many believe that ancestral spirits possess a wealth of wisdom derived from their life experiences, that they can provide valuable insights into personal challenges, life decisions, and spiritual paths. Seeking their guidance through meditation, rituals, or prayer can help individuals feel more connected to their roots, find direction, and foster a sense of belonging. Ancestral spirits are also thought to play a crucial role in healing. In some traditions, they are invoked during spiritual healing practices to offer support and comfort, helping individuals navigate through emotional or physical difficulties. This process can involve releasing generational traumas or patterns that have been carried down through family lines, thereby promoting personal growth and transformation. Furthermore, working with ancestral energies can provide a sense of protection. Many cultures believe that ancestral spirits actively watch over their descendants, shielding them from harm and guiding them towards positive outcomes. This protective aspect can foster a sense of security and connection, especially when facing adversity or uncertainty. I'd like to share a personal experience that deepened my understanding of working with ancestral energies. A few years ago, I was going through a particularly challenging time in my life and felt lost, unsure of which direction to take. One night, during meditation, I felt a strong presence around me, a sense of warmth and comfort that I couldn't quite explain. I decided to set up a small altar to honor my ancestors, placing photos of my late grandfather, a candle, and some fresh flowers. As I began to engage more with this practice, lighting the candle each evening and speaking to my ancestors, I started to feel more grounded and connected. One day, I received a vivid dream in which my grandfather appeared, offering me a piece of advice about a decision I had been struggling with. Following his guidance, I found a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. Since then, maintaining this spiritual practice has become a regular part of my routine, allowing me to feel continually supported and guided by the wisdom of those who came before me. It has been a beautiful journey of discovery, and I encourage you to explore these connections yourself to see what wisdom and guidance your ancestors may have to offer. The Feast of the Guardians is a spiritual celebration observed in various cultures to honor and connect with ancestral and protective spirits. This observance has roots in different cultural traditions that emphasize the importance of the spiritual realm and its connection to the living. In Roman culture, guardian spirits were known as Lares and Genius. The Lares were household deities associated with specific locations like homes and crossroads, and were venerated as protectors of the home and family. Each family maintained a small shrine dedicated to their household lar, making offerings and prayers to seek guidance and protection. The Roman Genius, a spirit assigned to each person at birth, was celebrated during significant personal events like birthdays. This concept evolved into communal festivals where the living sought to honor and please their guardian spirits for well-being and prosperity. In Native American spirituality, the concept of guardian spirits is also deeply rooted. These spirits are believed to provide guidance, protection, and healing, and they play a crucial role in maintaining harmony between humans and nature. Ceremonies and rituals involving offerings, drumming, and sacred objects like feathers are conducted to honor these spirits and establish a deeper connection with them. Dreams and visions are considered significant ways to communicate with these spirits, allowing individuals to receive messages and guidance from the spiritual realm. In Haiti, the celebration known as Fête Gara, or Festival of the Dead, is an important event for honoring the dead and the ancestral spirits. Fête Gara takes place in early November and combines elements of Catholic All Saints' Day with voodoo practices. It is a vibrant celebration featuring music, dance, and offerings to spirits associated with death and fertility, such as Papa Gara, a powerful figure who guides souls to the afterlife. Participants often visit cemeteries, making offerings, and invite the spirits to join them in celebration, seeking their blessings and protection. During the Feast of the Guardian Spirits, various cultures had developed unique rituals and traditions to honor their ancestors. In ancient Rome, families would honor their lares, or household deities, with daily offerings and monthly celebrations. The Compitalia was a festival held at rural crossroads to honor the Lares Compitalis, where people would offer sacrifices and prayers to protect their homes and communities. Similarly, personal guardian spirits or genius were celebrated with libations, incense, and special cakes during birthdays. Native American cultures often honor their guardian ancestral spirits through ceremonies that involve prayer, fasting, and offerings. They create sacred spaces using natural elements like feathers, sage, and drums to connect with these spirits. It is common to use ceremonies like vision quest or dream work to communicate with these spirits, seeking their wisdom and protection. These practices emphasize a deep connection with nature and respect for the spiritual guides that watch over the community. In Haiti, during Fête Gara, people honor their ancestors and the spirits of death with music, dance, and ritual offerings. Voodoo practitioners often visit Cemeteries light candles, offer food and drink, and invite the spirits to join them in celebration. The use of rum, spicy foods, and traditional drumming rhythms called banda is common, as these are believed to attract the spirits and encourage them to participate. The festival is both a time of reverence and joyful celebration, where the living connect with the dead to seek blessings and guidance for the coming year. The Feast of the Guardian Spirits carries profound spiritual significance as it serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, allowing the living to connect deeply with their ancestors and guardian spirits. Through these rituals and ceremonies, people seek the wisdom, protection, and guidance of their ancestors, reinforcing the continuity between past and present. The feast is a time to honor the contributions and sacrifices of those who have passed, ensuring that their legacies continue to influence and protect the living. It also serves as a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death, emphasizing the importance of maintaining harmony between the spiritual and physical realms. By connecting with ancestral spirits, individuals can find comfort, healing, and insight, fostering a deeper understanding of their place within the larger web of life and lineage. An ancestral altar is a sacred space dedicated to honoring and connecting with your ancestors. Here are some key items to include in their significance. Photographs display images of your ancestors to serve as a visual reminder and focal point of your spiritual connection. Candles represent light, guidance, and the presence of your ancestors. White or traditional colors associated with ancestor reverence are often used. Crystals, so stones like amethyst or rose quartz, can enhance spiritual communication and healing. Offerings like flowers, fruits, water, or items that have personal significance. These offerings symbolize respect, gratitude, and a connection to your ancestors. Heirlooms and personal belongings, so objects like jewelry, tools, or books that belong to your ancestors, help to foster a deeper bond and are powerful connectors to their spirits. And natural elements like fresh flowers, leaves, or water, and this symbolizes the continuity of life and purity. To set up your altar, choose a quiet and respectful space where it can remain undisturbed. Cleanse the area with sage, palo santo, or a simple prayer to invite positive spiritual energy. Arrange the items thoughtfully, allowing them to align with your intentions and feelings of connection with your lineage. During the Feast of the Guardian Spirits, preparing a meal for your ancestors is a meaningful ritual. Foods commonly associated with this feast vary across cultures, but often include traditional family dishes, like recipes passed down through generations to honor your cultural heritage. Seasonal foods, such as grains, fruits, or vegetables that are in season, symbolizing the cycle of life and death. And specific ancestral foods, like bread, honey, rice, or fermented drinks, which are believed to nourish the spirits. Arrange the meal on a special plate or bowl and place it on the altar as an offering. Remember to include foods that were favorites of your ancestors, symbolizing your respect and remembrance. Prayers, mantras, or chants that resonate with your spiritual path can strengthen your connection to ancestral energies. These may include traditional prayers or invocations. Use prayers that have been passed down in your family or cultural traditions. Personalize mantras. Create a mantra that reflects your intentions, such as seeking guidance, protection, or expressing gratitude. And chants or hymns. Songs or chants that your ancestors might have sung, or those with spiritual significance to your lineage. Recite these aloud at your altar, allowing your voice to carry your intentions and connect with the spiritual realm. If you live in a small apartment, try using a small shelf or a windowsill as your altar. You can keep the setup minimal with a few items like a photo, candle, and a small offering bowl. If you're in a shared space, you can opt for a portable altar, such as a box that you can easily move. You can also use a discreet corner or a personal desk to place a few meaningful items. And if you're living with small children like I am, you can keep items child friendly by using LED candles instead of real ones, placing fragile items out of reach, and involving children in the rituals in simple ways, such as helping to place flowers or drawing pictures for the altar. By adapting these practices to your living situation, you can maintain a meaningful and respectful connection to your ancestors, regardless of space constraints. To maintain a connection with your ancestral spirits beyond the Feast of the Guardian Spirits, it's essential to incorporate regular practices that keep this bond alive and meaningful. Here are some practical tips. Daily or weekly offerings. Keep your ancestral altar active by making small, regular offerings. These offerings could include fresh flowers, water, or food that were loved by your ancestors. Offering incense, candles, or even a few grains of rice daily or weekly can be a simple yet powerful gesture of remembrance and respect. Consider leaving these offerings at a consistent time each day or week to establish a routine, which can strengthen your connection with your ancestors over time. Another method is journaling and meditation practices. Engaging in regular meditation focused on ancestral guidance can be an effective way to maintain a connection. You might dedicate a few minutes each morning or evening to sit quietly, close your eyes, and visualize your ancestors surrounding you with support and wisdom. Journaling can also be an excellent practice. Write down any thoughts, dreams, or intuitions that you feel may be messages from your ancestors. Keeping a dream journal by your bedside to note any dreams involving your ancestors can provide deeper insights into your spiritual connection with them. And you can also incorporate ancestral symbols or items into everyday life. Use objects that carry ancestral significance in your daily activities. This could involve wearing heirloom jewelry, displaying a cherished photograph in a prominent place, or using household items that have been passed down through generations. You can also incorporate ancestral symbols into your decor, or use items like traditional fabrics, colors, or patterns that reflect your heritage in your daily surroundings. Another idea is to incorporate traditional music, recipes, or crafts into your routines, which helps to keep the spirit of your ancestors alive in your day-to-day life. To deepen your connection with your ancestors, consider researching your family history or spiritual lineage. Start by taking to older family members, gathering stories, and collecting photos or documents that shed light on your ancestry. Online genealogical resources such as ancestry websites or local archives can help you trace your roots further back. Exploring your cultural heritage can provide a deeper understanding of your ancestors' lives, challenges, and strengths, making your connection more meaningful and grounded in shared experiences. By regularly integrating these practices in your daily life, you can cultivate a continual, evolving relationship with your ancestors, bringing their wisdom, protection, and guidance into every aspect of your life. When working with ancestral energies, it is crucial to approach the practice with deep respect, mindfulness, and an understanding of cultural context. Here are some key ethical considerations. Respect the dead. Always approach your ancestors with reverence. This involves treating any ancestral objects, symbols, or altars with care and mindfulness. Avoid invoking spirits casually or using rituals without understanding their full significance. Respect for the dead also means recognizing that ancestors were once living people with their own stories, personalities, and complexities. Be mindful not to romanticize or trivialize their experiences. There is also cultural sensitivity. Be mindful of cultural practices and traditions, especially if they are not part of your own heritage. Many cultures have specific ways of honoring their ancestors, and it's essential to learn about and respect these traditions. Avoid appropriating rituals, symbols, or practices that do not belong to your cultural background without proper permission or guidance from somebody within that culture. Instead, focus on connecting with your own ancestral lineage and practices that are authentic to you. And finally, intentions and purpose. Clearly define your intentions when working with ancestral energies. Are you seeking guidance, healing, or protection? Understanding your purpose helps to maintain a respectful approach and prevents misuse of these powerful energies. Setting intentions also involves approaching the practice with a mindset of gratitude and humility rather than entitlement or demand. Now, here are some common mistakes or misconceptions and how to avoid them. First is assuming that all ancestral spirits are benevolent. While many believe ancestral spirits are protective and wise, it is essential to recognize that not all spirits are necessarily benevolent. Ancestors were human, and their spirits might carry unresolved issues or biases. It's important to establish clear boundaries and practice discernment when inviting ancestral energies into your space. Always use protective measures such as creating a sacred space, using cleansing rituals, and setting clear boundaries with your intentions. Next is misinterpreting signs and messages. It is common to misinterpret signs or messages from ancestral spirits. Sometimes people may project their desires or fears into these signs, leading to misunderstandings. To avoid this, practice patience and seek clarity through repeated rituals, meditation, or journaling. Keep an open mind and avoid jumping to conclusions. Allow the messages to unfold over time and be open to multiple interpretations. Also, over-reliance on ancestral guidance. While ancestral guidance can be invaluable, over-reliance on it can become problematic. It's important to balance seeking ancestral wisdom with developing your own intuition and decision-making abilities. Remember that your ancestors can guide you, but they cannot live your life for you. Use their insights as a tool, not a crutch. And here are just a few tips on how to remain open, patient, and consistent. So first is consistency in practice. To develop a strong relationship with ancestral spirits, regular engagement is key. This can involve a daily or weekly ritual such as lighting a candle, offering food or flowers, or spending time in meditation. Consistency shows respect and dedication, fostering a deeper bond over time. Second is patience and communication. Communicating with ancestral spirits is not always immediate or straightforward. Be patient and understand that messages or signs may take time to manifest. Keep a journal to document any dreams, thoughts, or experiences that may relate to ancestral connections. Over time, patterns and insights might become clearer. And lastly, open-mindedness and flexibility. Stay open to how ancestral communication may appear. It could come through dreams, feelings, synchronicities, or even mundane experiences. Be flexible and receptive to different forms of communication. And trust that your ancestors will connect with you in the way that is most appropriate for both of you. By maintaining respect, avoiding common pitfalls, and staying committed to regular practice, you can cultivate a meaningful and lasting relationship with your ancestral spirits that honors both their legacy and your own spiritual journey. To wrap up today's episode on Journey into Witchcraft, we've explored the rich and meaningful practice of honoring our ancestors through the Feast of the Guardian Spirits. We've discussed what ancestral spirits are and their significance in various cultures, learned about the origins of this sacred feast, and shared practical rituals that you can incorporate into your daily life to deepen your connection with those who came before you. I encourage you to try out one or more of the rituals we discussed today, whether it's creating a simple ancestral altar, preparing a meal as an offering, or integrating ancestral symbols into your everyday life. And I'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your stories, thoughts, or any questions you might have with our community. You can find me on social media at Lorena Freya or Journey into Witchcraft. or drop me an email at lorenafreya@gmail.com. Remember, connecting with your ancestors is deeply personal and evolving practice. Stay open, patient, and consistent with your approach, and you'll find the guidance and support you seek. And of course, don't forget to tune in for future episodes where we'll continue to explore more spiritual practices, rituals, and insights to help you along your path. In our next episode, we'll be diving into the magic of the season with Maven and the September equinox, balance, gratitude, and rituals. You won't want to miss it. Before we go, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a review, sharing the podcast with friends, or following us on Spotify to stay updated on all our latest episodes. Your support helps this community grow and allows more seekers to find our circle. I'm also excited to invite you to join my online coven on Patreon. By becoming a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content like guided meditations, early access to podcast episodes and blog posts, video tutorials, live events, and workshops. You'll even get to peek into my personal grimoire filled with spells, rituals, and insights. It's a wonderful way to deepen your practice and connect with a supportive community of like-minded souls. Just head over to patreon.com/journeyintowitchcraft to learn more and join us. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with me today. It's an honor to walk this path with you. Remember, as we honor our ancestors and draw upon their wisdom, we also honor the parts of ourselves that are forever connected to them. May their guidance light your way, and may you always feel their love and support. Till next time, may your spirit be filled with light, your heart with peace, and your path with clarity. Blessed be.